live. All right, we're live. And shalom, shalom, shalom. Shabbat shalom to you all. As Zach Eliyahu, along with Etikan. And I don't understand your thing is blocked out. But um, yeah, along with Etikan, as we are here for yet another week's teaching. And the title, The Fullness of the Gentiles, the time of the Gentiles is over. The time of the Gentiles is over. And again, what we are relaying is what has been given to us here. And was it last week we looked into the book of Zechariah, or the week before? We looked into the book of Zechariah, and I didn't plan to look into this, but while searching for the title, this came to my mind. I think it's Zechariah. What? Zechariah. Um, I think Zechariah 2.
There's a high-pitched noise on YouTube.
Yes? What kind of noise?
Kind of like that.
Let me get this thing. Let me get this thing out.
There it goes. It's gone now. Oh, no, it came back.
It came back?
Yep. Yeah, it came back.
Alright. Should be gone. Still there?
It's gone.
Yeah, it should be gone.
It came back again.
Came back?
Yep.
What kind of noise is that?
Gone now.
It's gone again.
It's going away and coming back.
It's still gone.
Alright, mic check 1, 2.
Good.
Okay.
Keep it.
Yes. All right. Zechariah 1, is it? Yeah. Let's go at the vision of a horseman. Zechariah 1 verse 7.
Upon the 24th day of the 11th month, which is the month Sabbath, in the 2nd year of Darius, came the word of I am unto Zechariah, the son of Berechiah, the son of Iddo, the prophet, saying, I saw by night, and behold, a man riding upon a red horse, and he stood among the myrtle trees that were in the bottom, and behind him were there red horses, speckled and white. Then said I, O my Adonai, what are these? And the angel that talked with me said unto me, I will show thee what these be. And the man that stood among the myrtle trees answered and said, These are they whom I am hath sent to walk to and fro through the earth. And they answered the angel of I am, that stood among the myrtle trees, and said, We have walked to and fro through the earth, and, behold, all the earth sitteth still and is at rest.
All right. So what we have here, the red horse. The red horse, and the red horse's job is to keep everything still. Now the red horse is manifested also in Revelation 6, and that red horse is a horse that will take peace from the earth. But you notice the difference with this horse. This horse is to make sure there is peace on earth. Now this horse in Zechariah here, its job is to make sure that everything is still while Yasharal is in captivity. But the horse in Revelation 6 is to make sure that everything is turned upside down by this red horse when it is time for the children of Yasharal to be delivered. What we are seeing upon this earth, and this red horse here, United States was the captain of it all. United States was the foremost manifestation of this red horse in that its job was to make sure that everything was in line and in order with the Babylonian system, which the Most High has given as the golden cup to make the earth drunken and to make the earth mad. So, United States being the headquarters of Babylon, it kept people under the Babylonian system. Now we are at the end of the age. We see the same United States striving now to actually keep peace once again, to make sure that everything is still. But it is not the time for this anymore, as we're going to see now. Go down to the next verse, please.
Then the angel of I Am answered and said, O Adonai of hosts, how long wilt thou not have mercy on Jerusalem and on the cities of Yehuda, against which thou hast had indignation these 70 years?
These 70 years was the 70 years they were in Babylon. Same Babylon we're talking about now. Go ahead.
And I am answered, and answered the angel that talked with me with good words and comfortable words. So the angel that communed with me said unto me, Cry thou, saying, Thus saith I am who I am of hosts. I am jealous for Jerusalem and for Zion with a great jealousy. And I am very sore displeased with the heathen that are at ease. For I was but a little displeased, and they helped forward the affliction.
So at the end, the Most High's anger is going to be on them, because the heathen, they were given the mantle to make sure the earth is at ease, but the Most High is saying that they have overdone it, and they now have made me angry. The emphasis on the teaching today is the anger and the wrath of the Most High on the Gentiles. And we are going to get a dream later to show us exactly what the Most High told us to do with this. Exactly what He told us to tell the nations as to what time it is right now. Continue. Verse 16.
Therefore, thus saith I am returned to Jerusalem with mercies. My house shall be built in it, saith I am of hosts, and a line shall be stretched forth upon Jerusalem. Cry yet, saying, Thus saith I am of hosts, my cities through prosperity shall yet be spread abroad, and I am shall yet comfort Zion,
And shall yet choose Jerusalem. And shall yet choose Jerusalem. Now, where did we see this yet choose before? This yet choose we saw in the book of Isaiah, chapter 14. Shall yet choose. Verse 1.
For I am will have mercy on Jacob,
And will yet choose Yasharal, and set them in their own land.
And the strangers shall be joined with them, and they shall cleave to the house of Jacob.
All right, that's just the beginning of the story. So, this is what we are faced with today. All right? So, what we are going to do, we are going to look at the process. In Deuteronomy 32, the Most High told us the process from delivering us right through to the very, very end. He's going to show us the whole process of delivering us, of exalting us. We went into idolatry, and then when He's going to deliver us back, and then what He's going to do with the enemies. Because there are some people that are determined to say, what will happen to the Gentiles? The Gentiles will be okay with them, and those who join themselves to us. We're going to look at all of that. What the Most High is showing will be happening in the end. So let's go to Devarim 32, 1-9, an introduction. Deuteronomy chapter 32, verses 1 to 9. Read it, please.
Give ear, O ye heavens, and I will speak, and hear, O earth, the words of my mouth. My doctrine shall drop as the rain, my speech shall distill as the dew, as the small rain upon the tender herb, and as the showers upon the grass. Because I will publish the name of I am, ascribe ye greatness unto our I am. He is the rock, his work is perfect, for all his ways are judgment. A Adonai of truth and without iniquity, just and right is he.
What we want from this? All his ways are judgment. All his ways are judgment. If we think that we can say we are calling upon the name of the Most High and totally escape his judgment, we have a sad thing coming to us. Let me just say what has happened to us as a nation, as a people. We have been sent into captivity. Many of our people scattered. Some remained at home, some sent into captivity. We turned back to the Most High with all our hearts, minds, and soul. We turned back to serve him. Yet still, we still go through the fire. We still have vestiges of the captivity on us. There still are things that will not happen to us. We still go through the fire as a nation of people. But there are some people among the Gentiles who think that running to the Most High to rescue, that's going to save them from any chastisement from the Most High. First of all, even with our people, the Most High has shown us that, the Messiah has shown us that if we are not there to serve him, to give up ourselves to him, we are actually wasting our time. Because he knows the thoughts and the intents of our hearts, as has been my experience. You cannot fool him. He knows the thoughts, even before you realize the thoughts. He knows them and recognizes them. So do not think that you can come now, especially for Gentiles, come and say that you're serving the Most High as a means of escape. He's not mocked. And our people as well. Do not think we can come and say we're serving him because we know, okay, it's time for gathering. And that is the time for it now. So let's gather. Let me do this and let me do that. If your heart is not where it's supposed to be, then it's a waste of time. All right, continue.
They have corrupted themselves. Their spot is not the spot of his children. They are a perverse and crooked generation. Do ye thus requite I am, O foolish people and unwise? Is not he thy father that hath brought thee? Hath he not made thee and established thee? Remember the days of old, consider the years of many generations. Ask thy father, and he will show thee, thy elders, and they will tell thee. When the Most High divided to the nations their inheritance, when he separated the sons of Adam, he set the bounds of the people according to the number of the children of Yasharal.
All right. When the Most High divided to the nations their inheritance, he set the bounds, he set the boundaries of the people according to the number of the children of Yasharal. He set the bounds, he set the boundaries, which means he sets apart his people from other people. The Most High is not, he does not believe in mixture. He separates his people from the other nations. He gives them their inheritance. Remember, when they were coming out of Egypt and they passed by Edom, he says, don't touch any of Edom. I'm not going to give you anything, for I have given it to the children of Esau. When they came to Moab, don't touch Moab. I have given it to the sons of Lot. That's how the Most High is. He sets the boundaries. But when it comes to our boundaries, it's our place. And it's no mixture. Verse 9.
For I am's portion is his people. Jacob is the lot of his inheritance.
For his portion is his people, Jacob. It's one family that is the lot of his inheritance. One family is the lot. The word lot there. Let me get it on the screen. It's Chabel. A row past is especially a measuring line, by implication a district or inheritance as measured. So Jacob is his measured inheritance. Jacob is his company, is his throw, band, coast, company, instruction line, pain, pang, region. So his company, his district, his inheritance is Jacob. It's Jacob. And remember, if you go to Amos chapter 3, Amos chapter 3, verse 1 to 2, it tells us, go ahead.
Hear this word that I am hath spoken against you, O children of Yasharal, against the whole family which I brought up from the land of Egypt, saying, You only have I known of all the families of the earth. Therefore I will punish you for all your iniquities.
Now, let me tell you something. These are verses that we read and we know and we speak them, but religion, specifically the Christian religion, and we're going to show the part that it plays, has done its part to blot out all of the importance of this election. Shall we call it the election? They blotted out the election of Yasharal and made us feel that now it's all inclusive. The Gentiles are accepted. We're going to show you today what the Most High really, really says. And let me just state, before I go any further, because it might sound as if I am a hater of the Gentiles. No, 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 no. The word says, love your enemies. And these are things that have been laid on us little by little, step by step. We at Just a Word have always had an all-inclusive attitude to Gentiles. All-inclusive. And when they come among us, we don't mistreat them. We don't mistreat them. I remember there was a white woman that came to us, Edomite, and when she came to us, she told us that she went to IUIC, and IUIC says, no, we cannot accept you, but Just a Word will accept you. That just goes to show how we viewed Gentiles. And when we just came to South Africa, among the first set of persons who came to South Africa, they came here even before me, was a white couple. And there was also another white person that was there as well. And we fellowshiped with them, and it was okay. We never had a problem. So do not think that when we're saying this now, what we're saying is just like when every teaching that comes to us, we speak it as it comes to us. We say it with no animosity. And even while we were here, even a couple months ago, we were willing again to even have a white person among us, right? Mm-hmm. Until the Most High started showing us, no, sir, that's not how it is. That's not how it goes. So just want to explain that, to let you know that there is no animosity nor hatred for a nation. All right? Where were we? Introduction. For the Most High's portion is his people. Jacob is the lot or the sum total of his inheritance. One family is his inheritance. All right. Now let's just emphasize what the Most High has always said about the nations. Let's go to Isaiah 40, verse 15 to 17.
Behold, the nations are as a drop of a bucket, and are counted as the small dust of the balance. Behold, he taketh up the isles as a very little thing. And Lebanon is not sufficient to burn, nor the beasts thereof sufficient for a burnt offering. All nations before him are as nothing, and they are counted to him less than nothing, and vanity.
So the nations are as a drop of a bucket. And when it says the nations, it means all of them in totality. It's so hard to fathom this. It's very hard to fathom this. All of them in totality are as a drop of a bucket. Why? Because they are his enemies. They make themselves his enemies. They rebel against him. They don't like him and they don't like his people. He taketh up the isles as a very little thing. So all the islands in the world that you look at them exalted, oh, Greenland that America is fighting over, it's a little thing to him. And Lebanon is not sufficient to burn, or the beasts thereof for burnt offering. Now hear this. All nations, all of them put together before him are as nothing. And they are counted to him less than nothing. So they are not only zero, they are minus. They're in a minus quantity. And they are just vain before him. So we have to keep that in mind. And that is in the Bible. And yet still we see that and we go over and we take some other verses and use them to cancel that out. All the verses in the Bible, they have to work in harmony. Everything has to come in harmony to get the understanding. We cannot use one to blot out one. We have to use one to accommodate one to let us get the understanding. Okay, he said this because this meant that and that meant that. We cannot cancel verses with verses. So, with all of that, he chose one nation, a set apart, loved people. And it says loved in past tense, which is significant. Deuteronomy 7, verses 6 to 8.
For thou art an kadosh people, unto I am who I am, thy Adonai. And I am thy Adonai hath chosen thee to be a special people unto himself,
Above all people that are upon the face.
of the earth.
So tell me something, does the Most High change? When all of a sudden, these people are not special to him above all other people, just because some Gentiles have come to him. Where in the Bible it says Gentiles come to him, and then now, these people are special people. Some people look to book of 2nd Esdras, it said something that tell them that he will bring in Gentiles or other people. But then, that's what I tell you about the word. Then now you have to go back to Exodus when he says he's going to bring in a foolish nation to make you jealous. So when he brings in the nations, it's not because he loves them. They are being used to make us jealous. Verse 7.
I am did not set his love upon you, nor choose you, because ye were more in number than any people. For ye were the fewest of all people.
But why?
But because I am loved you,
But he did what?
loved you.
Past tense. You see that loved? Past tense. And we're going to tell you what that means. Continue.
And because he would keep the oath which he had sworn unto your fathers, hath I am brought you out with a mighty hand, and redeemed you out of the house of bondmen, from the hand of Pharaoh king of Egypt.
The children of Yasharal in the Aeonic sphere were emanations, first fruit emanations of the Most High. The love that there is the past tense. It's not speaking about this existence. It's speaking about before in the spiritual realm. He loved his people. So that is why we tell you that we are. That is why it says in Psalms 82, I have said ye are gods. And all of you, you are Elohim, and all of you are children of the Most High. But ye shall die like men. So in the Aeonic sphere, in the spiritual sphere, we were Elohim, but we have been sent here on earth to die like men to achieve perfection in this earthly realm. The earthly realm is like a prison that you're sent to. Like when you send your child is giving trouble and you send them to reformatory school. This is what this earth is like. Because the hardest thing is to overcome this earth in this thing here. This is the hardest thing. Even spiritual beings find trouble to overcome this prison that is the body. All right? So this is why, because he loved us, that is why we are special above everybody else. From before the beginning of time, we are special before everyone else. All right? So he called a nation that is set apart from idolatry. I am is jealous, Elkanah. I kind of want to deal with this jealous thing because you have some people that we've come upon talking about, oh, this jealous God. Who is this jealous God? He's evil. And they call him demiurge and they call him all sorts of things. And he is a wicked God and blaspheming, not knowing that the wrath that they are stirring upon themselves because they do not understand. When the Most High says he is jealous, he speaks about being jealous against other gods. Yes? What he means by that is that he does not want you to any way or shape or form to have any form of worship with any idols. Because that is going to totally disturb your worship with him, because Ruach HaKadosh will not make its home in a malicious soul and will not abide in a body that is in sin. So as soon as there is idolatry, the Ruach HaKadosh, being sensitive, is going to leave you. The Most High will not have anything to do with you in idolatry. So it speaks about jealous in idolatry. It speaks about being jealous for his land. It speaks about being jealous for his name. So when you blaspheme his name, then he gets angry. When you come against his land, he gets angry. What is wrong with that? What is wrong with that? And they paint it to make it look like he's jealous, like a jealous lover. And it's just jealous. No, that's not the Most High. Okay? Exodus 34:14.
Everyone that passeth among them.
No, it's Exodus 34:14.
Oh, 34.
Yeah.
Sorry. Okay. Sorry. For thou shalt worship no other God. For I am, whose name is jealous, is a jealous I am.
Yeah. Deuteronomy 4:23 now. And if you look at the use of jealous, you would see a verse or two before or after that speaks about graven images, other gods. All right? So how could the Most High want you to be worshiping him and be comfortable worshiping another God beside him? Knowing our human nature. The gods, the worship of gods is worship in the flesh. The Most High reigns in the Ruach. So when you are worshiping in the flesh, how can you worship the Most High in the Ruach? Yes? And Shaul told us that the flesh and the Ruach battle each other. The flesh lusteth against the Ruach, and the Ruach against the flesh, so that you cannot do the things that you would. How will the Most High be comfortable in that arrangement? He is not. So that's what it means when he say he's jealous. Continue.
Take heed unto yourselves, lest ye forget the covenant of I am, who I am, which he hath made with you, and make you a graven image, or the likeness of anything, which I am, thy Adonai, hath forbidden thee. For I am who I am is a consuming fire, even a jealous I am.
That's the usage that we're talking about here. And I said he talk about his reference and his name. I just want to introduce that. Okay? Now coming to the Gentiles now. Coming to the Gentiles. Where are we? Did we do this last year? Is this at the wrong place? Last week. Gentiles grafted in. I think we did this last week. I wonder if it's at the wrong place. Sometimes I do these things. Gentiles grafted in while Yashua blinded. Let me go to the verse. Romans 11. Um, Sorry about that. I think I've left out something here, or something might be in the wrong place. I have to go back to my original thingy here and see what is what, where is where. Yeah. Isaiah 42 verse 8. Let me look at Isaiah 42 verse 8 in the meantime about his jealousy. Isaiah 42 8. Yeah. Go again. Go with that.
I am who I am, that is my name, and my splendor will I not give to another, neither my praise to graven images.
All right. That is what he's talking about. He will not give his splendor to another, nor give his praise to graven images. He was not gonna, in other words, he's not a competitor. The Gentiles come to you with sports and competition, and they have made us everything we compete with. Yeah? The Most High is not into competitions. Oh, that one was at the wrong place. So to avoid this, oh, this one is next. All right, I got it. So this one is next. So because he does not take to competitions, yeah, he will never share the spotlight with others. Indeed. Imagine the Most High that does all of this creation, competing with somebody. That doesn't make any sense. Yeah? Deuteronomy 32 verse 10. So to avoid his judgments, he sets apart Yasharal from idolatry and trains them in the wilderness. This is why Yasharal always has to go in the wilderness. Always. That is why even the bride had to go in the wilderness. Everybody has to be trained. Deuteronomy 32:10.
For he found him in a desert land, and in the waste howling wilderness. He led him about.
He instructed him.
He kept him as the apple of his eye.
You see it? When it says found here, it doesn't mean that they were lost. Yeah? He found him. Well, it means that they were lost spiritually. So in finding him, how did he find them? He led them into a desert land, in the waste howling wilderness, led them about, instructed them, and kept them as the apple of his eyes. This is the reason for the wilderness. Verse 11.
As an eagle stirreth up her nest, fluttereth over her young, spreadeth abroad her wings, taketh them, beareth them on her wings. So I am alone did lead him, and there was no strange God with him.
There was no strange. Notice the emphasis always on graven images. It's always on being competing with natural things. That's what the Most High hates. That's what he hates. And that is why he has to set apart a people. And remember, there were 600,000 Israelites in the wilderness in the first Exodus. Just remember that sum, please. 600,000 of them in the wilderness. And this is why, what we just see, he found him in a desert land. So for us, he has to find us. That is why in his word he says that I may prove Yasharal, whether or not they would keep my commandments or not. So in finding his people, he has to put his people through different challenges, and these people have to prove themselves. And that is how he will find them. This is how he will find them. And that is why there is going to be a second Exodus. Because he again has to find people before they enter into the land. Ezekiel 20, 33 to 34. There's a lot of reading for you today. I'm very sorry, Etika. I know you don't like the reading, but you're going to get it today. You're going to get it real good. Exodus 20, 33.
Ezekiel? Or
Ezekiel, sorry.
Ezekiel 33?
Ezekiel 20, 33.
As I live, said I am who I am. And will gather you out of the countries wherein, and with a stretched out arm, and with fury poured out. And I'll bring you into the wilderness of the people, and there will I plead with you face to face, like as I pleaded with your fathers in the wilderness of the land of Egypt. So will I plead with you, said I am who I am.
So he's going to do this again, 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 again. And this pleading there is how he will find us. And we're going to see how or what it means for him to find us. Continue.
And I will cause you to pass under the rod, and I'll bring you into the bond of the covenant, and I will purge out from among you the rebels, and them that transgress against me. I will bring them forth out of the country where they sojourn, and they shall not enter into the land of Israel. And ye shall know that I am who I am.
I will cause you to pass under the rod. So he isolates his people, isolates them, purging out the rebels and those that transgress. Yeah? And those who transgress will not enter into the land of Yasharal. Let's go to, let us jump to Exodus 8, verse 27. Exodus 8, 26.
And Moses said, it is not meet.
No, sorry about that. 25.
And Pharaoh called for Moses and for Aaron, and he said, go ye, sacrifice to your I am in the land.
In the land. Sacrifice to him where? In the land. The Most High, they wanted to, Pharaoh wanted them to do their worship to the Most High in Egypt. But what was the answer? Verse 26.
And Moses said, it is not meet so to do, for we shall sacrifice the abominations of the Egyptians to I am our Adonai. Lo, shall we sacrifice the abomination of the Egyptians before their eyes? And will they not stone us?
So the polluted abominations, for like Babylon today, the pollutions of Babylon, the Most High has to separate us from that. Verse 27.
We will go 3 days' journey into the wilderness and sacrifice to I am who I am, and he shall command us.
As he shall command us.
As he shall command us.
So the Most High commands them to be set apart, to be set apart so that he can prove them. Let's continue now in the book of Devarim to continue the process. Let's go to the Most High made his people prosperous after, let me see, this thing is mixed up here.
32, right?
Let me see. After the second, the Most High made his people prosperous after leaving the first wilderness. It says 32, 13 to 17.
He made him ride on the high places of the earth, that he might eat the incense of the fields, the increase of the field. And he made him to suck honey out of the rock, and oil out of the flinty rock, butter of kine and milk of sheep, with fat of lambs and rams of the breed of Bashan, and goats with the fat of kidneys of wheat. And thou didst drink the pure blood of the grape. But Yeshurun waxed fat.
Hold on there now. So here's what now. Here's the process we're telling you about. So he brought them through the wilderness first. And after going through the wilderness, he made them prosperous. So the Most High does things in stages. So there is a time that you have to go through that, I remember the Christians used to call it a Lodebar. That you are in a Lodebar. There is a low place that you have to go through first before being exalted. So after the humility of the wilderness, then he exalted the children of Yasharal. So continue now with Yeshurun wax fat.
But Yeshurun,
Sorry, let me get the verse. Where were we again? Verse?
Deuteronomy 32, verse 15.
Okay, go ahead.
But Yeshurun waxed fat, and kicked. Thou art waxen fat, thou art grown thick, thou art covered with fatness. Then he forsook I am, which made him, and lightly esteemed the rock of his salvation.
All right, let me show you something now. You see the carnal man, whenever you exalt the carnal man, when he gets too comfortable, then the counterfeiting spirit in him is going to be stirred up to sin, to want more. And because they are carnal, because their body is being fed with carnality, they are not going to be able to relate to the spiritual I am. They are going to relate to their carnal nature. And so they are going to reject the spiritual mighty one and go and make an image which their carnal nature can attribute to. They're looking on the image and saying that is Yahuwah. Or they might call the image by the name of wherever they got it from. But they cannot worship in the spirit. And this is what today many people cannot worship the great I am who I am, because they have to worship him in Ruach and Amat, in spirit and in truth, and most of us cannot because we are carnal. Go ahead, please.
But they provoked him to jealousy with strange gods.
You see the jealousy again and the strange... I want you to leave my father alone, you see? Leave him alone. You people coming off with this foolishness about him being this demiurge and being this other god and this wicked god or this... You better save your souls a real torment and wake up. Continue.
They provoked him to jealousy with strange gods. With abominations provoked they him to anger. They sacrificed unto devils, not to I am, to gods whom they knew not, to new gods that came newly up, whom your fathers feared not.
All right, so that's it. When they are exalted now and everything gets nice, they wax fat, they grew thick, they turn to the other gods, new gods that came newly up. Devils, demons, they prefer to go to the demons rather than to worship I am. And the reason being, of course, I am has requirements. And we are still in this idolatry today. Because when I am gives his commandments and they say the law is done away with, idolatry. Idolatry. Because you have rejected the Most High and accepted false gods by different names that they give us, that the Gentiles have given us. You accept those names and those forms of worship because you do not want to be obedient to the Most High. Now, so the Most High made his people prosperous after leaving the first wilderness. That's what we just looked at. And too much worldly prosperity leads to idolatry. We know that. Too much worldly prosperity leads to idolatry. That is why for you to know to be striving to be rich and to be striving after this world. That is why it's a grave error that we are making now. Striving to get our best out of this world. The Most High can provide anything that we want. Anything that we want. We do not have to be going and doing it out of our own strength. So when we are there trying to more and more and more and more and more, it's the same thing that the children of Yasharal did. You are going to go into idolatry. Right? So Elkanah, jealous I am, is angered by idolatry. Verse 18 to 22.
Of the rock that begets thee, thou art unmindful, and hast forgotten I am that formed thee.
So when we go into idolatry, we are going to go after the idols and forget everything about the Most High. Continue.
And when I am sorrowed, he abhorred them, because of the provoking of his sons and of his daughters.
And you know why it abhors him? Because, I don't know why your mic is not loud. You know why it abhors him? Because of the covenant that he made with our fathers and the covenant that they made with him in the wilderness to go into the promised land. For us today, he is angered with us with the covenant that we make, especially you see if you are baptized. Hey, don't have any idea what you have done. You have made a contract with the Most High in which there are certain things that he has outlaid in his book of contract, in this word, that we must do. And when we do not do it, it's going to be problems for us. As it says, let me turn down the volume. As it says in the book of 2 Clement, that we must make our calling and our baptism sure, or else we are going to be in trouble. Verse 20.
And he said, I will hide my face from them. I will see what their end shall be, for they are a very froward generation.
Children in whom is no faith. Listen to this now carefully now, people. Without emunah, it is impossible to please I am. Now, the lack of emunah comes about when people are too prosperous. Whenever you can determine your own future, whenever you do not have to look to anyone for anything, it's going to be very difficult for you to have emunah because you are now going to trust in your own strength. And so when the children of Yasharal got their own strength, they started to trust in their own strength. Nothing to do with the Most High. It's about what I can do. So we will have no emunah. That is why it is good for us to not have things. And this is why how we destroy our children, parents. By following this world and striving to give the child every single thing that they have, everything that they want. Do you think these children are going to come and want to serve the Most High? Yeah? They're not going to want to serve the Most because they have not known want. They have not known lack. And so you destroy them, and then by the time they reach teenager and you try, but they don't want to serve the Most High. All they're interested in is this, and the children start to smoke. The children start to do all sorts of abomination. The girls sometimes go off like they're worldly things and like prostitutes, dressing like prostitutes. The men doing all sorts of things. Why do you think this is so? Because we did not grow them with emunah. We did not grow them lacking and desiring things and not being able to get it. Verse 21.
They have moved me to jealousy with that which is not I am. They have provoked me to anger with their vanities, and I will move them to jealousy with those which are not a people. I will provoke them to anger with a foolish nation.
That's why we have the time of the Gentiles. You see it? This is a time. It's not because yes, equal. It's to provoke us to anger. So that even when we are waking up now and we're looking at the prosperity and looking at how you are blessed and everything, and looking at you now commanding and telling us this and telling us that, and looking at you undermining us and all of that, that's going to make us angry. Verse 22.
For a fire is kindled in mine anger, and shall burn unto the lowest hull, and shall consume the earth with her increase, and set on fire the foundations of the mountains.
Set on fire the foundations of the mountain. The mountains are the exalted nations of the earth. In the end, these are going to be set on fire. So this is a process. He found them. He took them out of Mitzrayim. Let me get where you can. He took them out of Mitzrayim. He brought them in the wilderness to get them perfected. Then he exalted them. Then they turned to idolatry before him. Then he brought in the Gentiles to provoke them to jealousy. Then after that comes what? Dum ta dum ta dum ta dum. Judgment. That comes next. The Most High is not going to hold his wrath and his anger for long. Judgment comes next. Hear what he says in verse 23.
I will heap mischiefs upon them.
Mm-hmm.
I will spend mine arrow upon them.
Mm-hmm.
They shall be burnt with hunger.
I want you to listen now to all the different things that he's going to do to them. They shall be burnt with?
Mischief.
With hunger.
With hunger.
1.
And devoured with burning heat.
2.
And with bitter destruction.
3.
I will also send the teeth of beasts upon them.
4.
With the poison of serpents.
5.
The sword without
6.
and the terror within
7.
shall destroy both the young man and the virgin, the suckling also with the man of grey hairs.
7 forms of judgment upon them. 7. And these are his people. These are his people who he loves. Because I am loved you. He chose you as a special people above all people. This is what he does to these special people. Now, Gentiles, what about you? What do you think? Now, if our people had not transgressed, go to verse 29. If our people had not transgressed, let's see what would have happened.
Oh, that they were wise, that they understood this, that they would consider their latter end.
They would consider their latter end. If we would consider what would happen in the end. Verse 30.
How should one chase 1,000, and 2 put 10,000 to flight, except their rock had sold them, and I hath shut them up? For their rock is not as our rock.
I want to get you something now. You know what? I got the title of it. The title of this thing. I just got it when I was putting it. It's Judgment on the Nations. That's the title. Yeah. So, verse 31. So that's the title, Judgment on the Nations.
Yes.
I have to change it in on YouTube there. For their rock is not as our rock. Now what he's saying here, verse 30 is telling you what he has done to his people, or what he is doing to his people. But verse 31 is telling you about the nations. Read 31 to 35, please. 31.
For their rock is not as our rock, even our enemies themselves being judges. For their vine is of the vine of Sodom, and of the fields of Gomorrah. Their grapes are grapes of gall. Their clusters are bitter.
Yeah, but look at the evidence today. Look at where they're leading the world. Homosexuality. I mean, the utmost sick part of it is children. When they're telling children that they can be what they want to be. If you're a girl, you think you're a boy. Okay, you're a boy. If you're a boy and you don't want them to call you a boy, they have to call you by a pronoun, another pronoun. Wicked people. Wicked, wicked, wicked people. Sodom and Gomorrah. Verse 33.
Their wine is the poison of dragons, and the cruel venom of asps. Is not this laid up in store with me, and sealed among my treasures?
Stop there, boy. Is not this laid up in store with me? The Most High saying, don't you think I'm remembering this? And stored up in my treasures. The treasures is the pleasure that he's going to get to execute the wrath upon the nations. Sealed up among my treasures. Treasure is something that's valuable to you. And verse 35.
To me belongeth vengeance and recompense.
Two things there. To me belongeth vengeance and recompense. Vengeance comes with justice. Vengeance comes with anger and wrath. Recompense is judgment, justice. You get what you sow. You reap what you sow. You get back what you have given. Continue. Your
Their foot shall slide in due time, for the day of their calamity is at hand, and the things that shall come upon them make haste.
All right, so let me kind of get back in the count again. Let me get back in the count. First, brought them out of Mitzrayim, brought them into the wilderness. Then he exalted them. Then they got fat and thick and started exalting themselves against him, gone into idolatry. Then he angers them with a foolish nation by even sending them in captivity among the nation. Then, when it's time to bring them out, it is judgment on the nation. Will I not remember it? Will I not remember it? Because to me belongeth vengeance and recompense. Because the Most High will repent himself for his people after their time is fulfilled. This is the time that we're living in now. He will repent himself for his people after that. Deuteronomy 32:36. This Deuteronomy 32 is a gem. It gives the whole process. Continue.
For I am shall judge his people, and repent himself for his servants, when he seeth that their power is gone, and there is none shut up or left.
So when everybody gets their judgment, and everybody is weary, then the Most High is going to repent himself, which is going to turn around their captivity. Verse 37.
And he shall say, Where are their gods, their rock in whom they trusted, which did eat the fat of their sacrifices, and drank the wine of their drink offerings? Let them rise up and help you, and be your protection.
And then after this now, the idols can't help them, they are hopeless. Then I am is a man of war. Exodus 15:3-4. It's time for him to execute on the nations.
I am is a man of war. I am is his name. Pharaoh's chariots and his host hath he cast into the sea. His chosen captains also are drowned in the Red Sea. The depth have covered them. They sank into the bottom as a stone. Thy right hand, O I am, is become mighty in power. Thy right hand, O I am, hath dashed in pieces the enemy.
All right. His right hand has dashed in pieces. Let's listen to the sound of it. What did I say about the nations again? What was the title?
Judgment of the nations.
Judgment. All right. Sorry, people. I'm just changing the title here. Just give me a minute, please. Judgment on the nations. Yeah. And the judgment we're talking about is judgment coming up very, very soon. All right. So verse 5 of thy right hand, O I am, hath dashed in pieces the enemy. So let's continue in Deuteronomy 32 to look at the wrath of I am who I am, which comes next. After he repents himself of the evil of his people, then it's time for his wrath. Verse 39.
See now that I, even I, am he, and there is no God with me. I kill and I make alive. I wound and I heal. neither is there any that can deliver out of my hand.
You see it? Right after he repents for the evil against his people, now he's declaring himself a warrior. He's declaring himself a man of war because it is now time to move. This is time that we're living in, people. This is the time that we're in right now. Continue, verse 40.
For I lift up my hand to heaven and say, I live forever.
Continue.
If I wet my glittering sword, and mine hand take hold on judgment,
What will happen?
I will render vengeance to mine enemies,
And
I
will reward them that hate me.
I will make mine arrows drunk with blood, and my sword shall devour flesh, and that with the blood of the slain and of the captives, from the beginning of vengeances upon the enemy.
Of revenges upon the enemy. He turns it to the enemies now. From the beginning of revenges upon the enemy. I will make mine arrows drunk with blood, and my sword shall devour flesh, and with the blood of the slain and of the captives. From the beginning of revenges upon the enemy. And look who it is for. And will reward them that hate me. In Psalm 83, which we're going to look at, it tells you that they that hate thee have lifted up the head, and it tells you the nations that hate him. And the first head chief nation is Edom. The same Edom that is ruling Babylon, the same Edom that is ruling the world, the same Edom that is stepping out now, trying to do all sorts of mischiefs all over the world. They are the chief of his enemies. So, people might be asking, and I know this will come up, so we know we have to deal with it from early. We have dealt with it 1,000,001 times, and that is just a statement to say that it's a lot of times. We have dealt with what will happen to the persons who turn to the Most High, those from among the nations. So, for example, you're from the nation of Moab, or Ammon, or Edom, or well, let's say Edom, because I think Moab, in the end, there is something good that is there for Moab. Let's say you're Edom, and you turn to the Most High. What is there for you? And you know what's coming next? We're gonna give you three different witnesses. The two witnesses, you hear it very regularly here. And then the third witnesses, we are going to look into it in a different way. So you see a third witness. So you don't say every time you're using these same two verses. Isaiah 14, 1-2, we used it already this morning, today. Isaiah 14, 1-2.
For will have mercy on Jacob.
Okay, hold on. Look at the top here. Even the people who translated it, they put the restoration of Jacob. Read 14, 1-2 again.
For will have mercy on Jacob, and will yet choose Yasharal, and set them in their own land, and the strangers shall be joined with them, and they shall cleave to the house of Jacob.
So here it is now. He's going to choose one family again, and he's going to set them in their own land. Remember in Deuteronomy 32:8, when he says, when the Most High separated the sons of Adam, when he gave them their inheritance, he set the bounds or the boundaries of the people according to the number of the children of Yasharal. He is going to set Yasharal again in their own boundaries. But strangers will be joined with them, because the Most High has a purpose for the strangers, because the strangers use these people, the strangers enslave these people, imprison these people, abuse these people. Now, when it's time for him to have mercy on his people, he will send the strangers among them in order for the strangers to serve them, so that his judgments can go through, that he repays a recompense for what they have done. Verse 2.
And the people shall take them, and bring them to their place, and the house of Yasharal shall possess them in the land of for servants and handmaids, and they shall take them captives, whose captives they were, and they shall rule over their oppressors,
They shall take them captives.
whose captives they were.
All right. All right. Now that word captive there, it's shaba, a primitive root to transport into captivity. Bring away, carry, carry away, lead away, take captive, drive, take away. So there's no ambiguity with that word there. He shall take them captives, whose captives they were, and they shall rule over their oppressors. All right? And oppressors there, let me look at the meaning of oppressors. Oppressors there is nagas, a primitive root to drive an animal, a workman, a debtor, an army. By implication to tax, harass, tyrannize. They have done all of these things to us. Distress, driver, exactor, oppressor, raiser of taxes, taskmaster. So we shall take them captives, whose captives we were. Isaiah, Amos 9:11 to 12, which we know we always pair these together. These are the two. No, I don't think we said Isaiah. Amos would be a little longer. Yeah, Amos 9:11 to 12.
In that day will I raise up the tabernacle of David that is fallen, and close up the breaches thereof. And I will raise up his ruins, and I will build it as in the days of old, that they may possess the remnant of Edom, and of all the heathen, which are called by my name, saith I am that doeth this.
They may possess the remnant of Adam or Edom. Edom. And we have a teaching on our website, Who Are the Edomites Today? A very detailed look at who Edom is today. And if you want a hint, the white people that rule the Western world, they are also of the tabernacles of Edom. Not all white people are Edomites, and Edomites are not only white people. They are spread across the different races, but those Western Europeans, they are the children of Edom from their mixture with Rome, in which the children of Esau are mixed with the Romans, and you can go and check it out on our website. That they may possess, and Edom had us in captivity. It's a no-brainer, really. We shouldn't even be explaining it. Isaiah 14:1-2 said they shall take them captives, whose captives they were. Who had us in captivity? The white people had us in captivity in slavery. That's why I'm speaking English now. That's why we were taken away from this land and put over in the western side of the world. It's because of white people. The truth is the truth. Not dressing up anything and it, oh, you're racist. No. I just speak the truth. White people, you are the scourge of the earth. You are the ones that all this evil is centered around you. You are the ones that rule Babylon and bring out all the immorality and the sick foolishness that comes into this world. Even today, we were here and we were hearing sounds coming from the distance. And we say, and we see people, and we say on the Shabbat, everybody profanes the Shabbat. Why does everybody profane the Shabbat? You same Edomites, white people, changed the Shabbat and said it is Sunday. And made the Sabbath now the day of partying, the day that should be a day of rest, a day of holy convocation. You have made it a day to party. White people, you did this. Anyway, let me continue. Let's go to the other witness now. Jeremiah 38-24. It is the truth. Hate me, it is the truth. I'm called for the truth. And if I don't tell the truth, I prefer to get a whipping from you than a whipping from the Most High. Verse 8.
For it shall come to pass in that day, saith I am of hosts, that I will break his yoke from off thy neck, and will burst thy bonds, and the strangers shall no more serve themselves of him. But they shall serve I am who I am, and David their king, whom I will raise up unto them. Therefore, Fear thou not, O Jacob my servant, saith I am, neither be dismayed, O Yasharal. For lo, I will save thee from afar.
But notice he's speaking to a family again. People just keep his consistency self to a family. I don't know when it became to a religion or to every nation. Continue, follow.
For lo, I will save thee from afar, and thy seed from the land of their captivity. And Jacob shall return and shall be in rest, and be quiet, and none shall make him afraid.
This is not speaking about every nation. Jacob, the one family that he brought up.
Though I make a full end of all the nations whither I have scattered thee, yet will I not make a full end of thee, but I will correct thee in measure, and I will not leave thee altogether unpunished.
All right. This is what we're talking about here now. You see this? The Most High is giving good tidings to his people. Look at it. Oh, I will save you. Though I make a full end of all nations whither I have scattered thee, I will not make a full end of thee. Nice reassurance. But he says, I will not leave thee altogether unpunished. This is his people. So how you know among the Gentiles, whose parents have done wickedness to his people, and many of you have not even repented publicly. Many of you are too proud to even come and say, oh, I'm sorry for what our fathers have done to you. And yet still you think that he's going to leave you unpunished. Where does that come from? Read 11 again, please.
For I am with thee, saith I am, to save thee. Though I make a full end of all nations, whither I have scattered thee, yet will I not make a full end of thee, but I will correct thee in measure, and will not leave thee
Altogether unpunished. So we still go through the punishments. Notice he says, though I make a full end of all nations whither I have scattered thee. And that's why Babylon USA is to be brought down. Brazil, going to be brought down. All of these nations, you're going to be brought down where our people were brought. You're not going to escape the Most High's wrath. You're not going to escape his judgments. Verse 12.
For thus saith I am, thy bruise is incurable, and thy wound is grievous. There is none to plead thy cause, that thou mayest be bound up. Thou hast no healing medicines.
He's not going to listen to anyone. So what about you nations now? You come and say, okay, we're going to serve the Most High. And he's not going to, nothing is going to happen to us. You don't know I am who I am then. He will not leave you altogether unpunished. Lest you'll get a little reprieve. And the reprieve is, you will be able to join them in the land, and the Most High is just. The Most High says, okay, your forefathers dealt with them that way. I'm going to give you an opportunity now to make it up. You're going to serve them, but you're going to be able to go into the land. That's a big, big thing, but that's not enough. You wanted us totally be forgiven and just live like them and be like...
Man.
This doesn't make any sense. Continue. All verse 14.
All thy lovers have forgotten thee. They seek thee not. For I have wounded thee with the wound of an enemy.
Stop. The Most High wounded his people with the wound of an enemy. How much more he's going to do to his true enemies? These are the people he loves. Continue.
With the chastisement
Of a cruel one.
for the multitude of thine iniquity, because thy sins were increased.
And remember, it's for the nation. We suffer for the nation. So when you have people who come out of the nations and turn to the Most High will hear them but they will also still have to suffer for the iniquities of the nation. Continue.
Why criest thou for thine affliction? Thy sorrow is incurable, for the multitude of thine iniquity. Because thy sins were increased, I have done these things unto thee.
Sin of the nation. And we have the sins of the nations now being increased. All right? Our sins were increased, but the sins of the nations now are past increase. And we expect to escape. Continue.
Therefore,
All they that devour thee shall be devoured.
and all thine adversaries
Every one of them.
shall go into captivity, and they that spoil thee shall be a spoil, and all that prey upon thee will I give for a prey.
And they have used religion again, and some writings of Apostle Shaul, to say that this will not be so. Eh? Making the Most High to be a liar. Verse 17.
For I will restore health unto thee, and I will heal thee of thy wounds, saith I am, because they called thee an outcast, saying, This is Zion, whom no man seeketh after.
Verse 18 now.
Thus saith I am, Behold, I will bring again the captivity of Jacob's tents, and have mercy on his dwelling places, and the city shall be builded upon her own heap, and the palaces shall remain after the manner thereof.
After the manner thereof. What manner is it speaking about? As in the days of old. Go back to the old path, which is the good way. It's going to be restored as of old, and in the days of old, as we were speaking today about David and the Ammonite. When the Ammonite came and said he wanted to be circumcised and keep the Passover. And David said, the Most High says, what did David say?
The Most High hates your people.
The Most High hates your people. But what else can I do for you today? Eh? It's after the manner. It's that manner that is going back to. Verse 19.
And out of them shall proceed thanksgiving, and the voice of them that make merry. And I will multiply them, and they shall not be few. I will also glorify them, and they shall not be small. Their children also shall be as aforetime,
See, it is a restoration. Continue.
and their congregation shall be established before me.
And
And I will
punish all that oppress them. Don't leave that out. All that oppress them are going to be punished. He that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity. Verse 21.
and their nobles shall be of themselves.
Stop again. Their nobles shall be what?
Of themselves.
You see it? The rulership is going to go back to the nation. Their rulership shall be of themselves. The other nations will be servants. And their governor
And their governor shall proceed from the midst of them. And I will cause him to draw near, and he shall approach unto me. For who is this that engaged his heart to approach unto me, saith I am.
You see what he's saying? If you are not Yasharal, how can you engage your heart to come and approach unto him? It's a restoration of a nation. Of a nation. And verse 22.
And ye shall be my people, and I will be your I am. Behold, the whirlwind of I am goeth forth with fury, and a continuing whirlwind.
It shall fall with pain.
Upon the head of the wicked. The fierce anger of I am shall not return until he have done it, and until he have performed the intent of his heart.
When will this happen?
In the latter days ye shall consider it.
You see? That's what we're doing now. In the latter days, when you put this part here, in the latter days you shall consider it. It's telling you that before that, you might not have realized that this is what would be happening. But in the latter days, he's going to lay it on our hearts and show us that this is what's going to happen in your restoration. So, what about the smart nation? What about the smart nations? Um, the smart nations will rejoice with his people. They will be happy for us and help us in these end times. Verse 43. You see Deuteronomy 32 there? You see it? Verse 43.
Mind map. Rejoice, O ye nations, with his people, for he will avenge the blood of his servants, and will render vengeance to his adversaries, and will be merciful unto his land and to his people.
Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Look at this verse here. Look at this. Rejoice, O ye nations, with his people. So the nations, you should be rejoicing with his people. Why? For he will avenge the blood of his servants and will render vengeance to his adversaries and will be merciful unto his land and to his people. That's Isaiah 14, 1 to 2. For I am will have mercy upon Jacob and will yet choose Yasharal. It's upon the people. And the chapter ends in verse 44. These are for the end times here. Verse 44.
And Moses came and spake all the words of the song in the ears of the people, he and Hoshea the son of Nun.
The son of Nun. So let's look at the judgment on the nations in the book of 2nd Baruch. I don't think if you'll have it.
I have, yes, I know.
2nd Baruch, chapter 72, verse 1. 2nd Baruch, chapter 72, is a Bible Gateway?
No, I'm the Sifa.
Okay. 2nd Baruch, chapter 72, verse 1.
My second Baruch. 72, 1. Hear now also regarding the bright lightning which is to come at the consummation after these black waters. This is the word.
All right, it's different from what's on the screen. Let me read it.
Oh, okay.
Verse 2. After the signs have come, which I have spoken to you before, when the nations are moved, and the time of my anointed one comes, he will call all nations, and some of them he will spare, and others he will kill. This is Matthew 25, 31 to 46, when he gathers the sheep and the goats, sheep on the right, goats on the left. Verse 3 says, these things will befall the nations which will be spared by him. The nations which will be spared. Every nation which has not known Yasharal and which has not trodden down the seed of Jacob will live. All right? Those who have not trodden us down, those who have not known us, they will live. And this is because, and this is Matthew 25, by the way, because it tells you in Matthew 25, I think we're going to look at it at the end, I don't know. It tells you in Matthew 25 that he's going to say, I was hungry and you fed me not. I was sick and you didn't come to visit me. And all of those things as a requisite. It says, this is because some from all the nations have been subjected to your people. All those now who have ruled over you or have known you will be delivered up to the sword. And that's Matthew 25, the destruction in the end for those who did not do well to his brethren. So, have not known Yasharal. Who has known Yasharal? Let's see some of the nations that have known Yasharal. These are the enemies of the Most High that's going to get the brunt of the whipping in the end times. Psalms 83, starting at verse 1.
A song, a psalm of Asaph. Keep not thou silent, O I am. Hold not thy peace, and be not still, O I am.
Yes, no, I am said he will render vengeance unto his enemies. Read verse 2, please.
For lo, thine enemies make a tumult, and they that hate thee have lifted up the head. They have taken crafty counsel against thy people, and consulted against thy hidden ones. They have said, Come, let us cut them off from being a nation, that the name of Yasharal may be no more in remembrance. For they have consulted together with one consent. They are confederate against thee.
They are confederate against thee. They said, Come and let us cut them off from being a nation, that the name of Yasharal may be no more in remembrance. These are those who know Yasharal. And who are they? Who are the enemies of the Most High? Verse 6.
The tabernacles of Edom,
Mm-hmm.
and the Ishmaelites,
Mm-hmm.
of Moab and the Hagarenes,
Mm-hmm.
Gebal and Ammon, and Amalek, the Philistines with the inhabitants of Tyre. Ashur also is joined with them. They have holpen the children of Lot, Selah.
So these are some of the nations that hate us. And what's coming next again? Judgment on his enemies. Let's go to verse 9 to 18. Psalms 83. Let me get it on the screen. 9 to 18. Go ahead, please.
Do unto them as unto the Midianites, as to Sisera, as to Jabin, at the brook of Kison, which perished at Endor. They became as dung for the earth. Make their nobles like Oreb, and like Zeb, yea, all their princes, as Zebah, and as Zalmunna, who said, Let us take to ourselves the houses of I am in possession.
All right. This verse here, who said, Let us take to ourselves the houses of I am in possession. The tabernacles of Edom have done this. Taking the houses of I am. They have taken over everything. Taken over the scripture, taken over the way, switched it and turned it their way, done everything that they want to do with it. Set up a nation, a country they call Israel, and say, these are the people of the Most High. And fit it out with their people and saying, these are the people of the Most High. Set up a land and said that land is Israel. They have done everything to take the houses of I am in possession. The Christians will tell you these are the Gentiles, the religion of the Gentiles, that they are the chosen ones who are going to be raptured away. The people in Judaism will tell you that they are the chosen ones who are going to be set apart and going to rule the world forever with the Most High. They have taken the houses of I am in possession. But what does verse 13 say?
O my I am,
Make them...
them like a wheel, as the stubble before the wind,
Mm-hmm.
as the fire burneth a wood, and as the flame setteth the mountains on fire. So persecute them with thy tempest, and make them afraid with thy storm.
Mm-hmm.
Fill their faces with shame, that they may seek thy name, O I am.
So the Most High is merciful. That he says, still that they may seek your name. But verse 17 says,
Let them be confounded and troubled forever. Yea,
let them...
let them be put to shame and perish, that men may know that thou, whose name alone is I am who I am, art the Most High over all the earth.
This is what's going to happen in the end. And by the way, verse 16, verse 15, when it's... No. 16, when it says, Fill their faces with shame that they may seek thy name, O I am who I am. In the book of Hanuk or Enoch, it tells us that in the end that they will be seeking the Most High, and the Most High will not hear them. That they will be begging and saying, now we know that you are the Most High. Now we know. And the Most High will not hear them. They will be banished after that. All right? Judgment on the nations. That's what this teaching is called today. So, with everything that we have said so far, We, Yasharal, have drunk of the cup. Shall you too not drink of it? Jeremiah 25, verse 1. We have drunk at the top. I told you there's a lot of reading. We have drunk of the cup. So, for us, for example, as Yasharal, we drinking of the cup is that even though we turned to the Most High now and we said, yes, we now acknowledge you. We were blinded and now we see, and we come out and we are seeking the Most High. I can guarantee you, everyone that is Yasharal will tell you that they are going through it. That it's not easy. And if we go through it, and some people have been believers for many years, still going through it, if we go through it, what do you expect? Jeremiah 25, verse 1.
The word that came to Jeremiah concerning all the people of Yehudah in the 4th year of Jehoiakim, the son of Josiah, king of Yehudah. That was the 1st year of Nebuchadnezzar, king of Babylon. The which Jeremiah the prophet spake unto all the people of Yehudah, and to all the inhabitants of Jerusalem, saying, From the 13th year of Josiah the son of Ammon, king of Yehudah, even unto this day, that is the 23 year, the word of I am hath come unto me, and I have spoken unto you, rising early and speaking, but ye have not hearkened. And I am hath sent unto you all his servants the prophets, rising early and sending them, but ye have not hearkened nor inclined your ear to hear. They said, Turn ye again now every one from his evil way, and from the evil of your doings, and dwell in the land that I am hath given unto you and to your fathers for ever and ever. And go not after other gods to serve them, and to worship them, and provoke me not to anger with the work of your hands, and I will do you no hurt. Yet ye have not hearkened unto me, saith I am, that ye might provoke me to anger with the works of your hands to your own hurt. Therefore thus saith I am, who I am of hosts, because ye have not heard my words. Behold, I will send and take all the families of the north, saith I am, and Nebuchadnezzar, the king of Babylon, my servant, and I will bring them against this land, and against the inhabitants thereof, and against all these nations round about, and I will utterly destroy them, and make them an astonishment and an hissing, and perpetual desolations. Moreover, I will take from them the voice of mirth and the voice of gladness, the voice of the bridegroom and the voice of the bride, the sound of the millstones and the light of the candle.
This was when his people, his children, are brought into captivity. Continue.
And this whole land shall be a desolation and an astonishment, and these nations shall serve the king of Babylon 70 years. And it shall come to pass, when the 70 years are accomplished, that I will punish the king of Babylon.
You see it? And continue.
And that nation, saith I am, for their iniquity, and the land of the Chaldeans, and will make it perpetual desolation.
So tell me something. That nation that he's speaking about is Yasharal. So he's going to punish Babylon, and he's also going to punish us for our iniquity. So when Babylon is falling, our people will be there falling with them. That is why in Revelation 18:4 he says, Come out of her, my people. So those who refuse to come out of Babylon is going to receive the punishment of Babylon. Very simple. Verse 13.
And I will bring upon the land all my words which I have pronounced against it, even all that is written in this book, which Jeremiah hath prophesied against all the nations. For many nations and great kings shall serve themselves of them also, and I will recompense them according to their deeds
And according to the works
of their own hands.
This is the Most High's judgment. Now, the cup going through to the nations. This is the time that we're in now, people. This time that we're in, it's a cup going to the nations. Verse 15.
For thus saith I am who I am of Yasharah unto them, take the wine cup of his fury at my hand. Take the wine cup of this fury at my hand, and cause all the nations to whom I send thee to drink it. And they shall drink and be moved
And be mad.
because of the sword that I will send among them.
You see it?
Mhm.
You see the dream. You see it? Because of the sword. This is the time of the sword that we are in. Verse 17.
Then took I the cup at I am's hand, and made all the nations to drink unto whom I am had sent me, to wit, Jerusalem and the cities of Yehuda, and the kings thereof, and the princes thereof, to make them a desolation, an astonishment, and hissing, and a curse, as it is this day.
So notice it begins, judgment begins at the house of I am. Jerusalem first. Then he goes out to Egypt, verse 19.
Pharaoh, king of Egypt, and his servants, and his princes, and all his people, and
All the mingled people,
and all the kings of the land of Uz, and all the kings of the land of the Philistines, and Ashkelon, and Azza, and Ekron, and the remnant of Ashdod, Edom and Moab, and the children of Ammon, and all the kings of Tyrus, and all the kings of Zidon, and the kings of the isles which are beyond the sea, Dedan and Tema, and Buz, and all that are in the utmost corners.
these are Ishmaelites, I think.
Oh,
Let me see. Where am I? No, this is not
23.
one. Dedan. These are Cushites. Tema. Ishmaelites. Buz. I don't know this one. Continue.
And all the kings of Arabia, and all the kings of the mingled people that dwell in the desert, and all the kings of Zimri, and all the kings of Elam, and all the kings of the Medes,
Hey, it sounds familiar, like it's talking about today. Continue.
and all the kings of the north, far and near, one with another, and all the kingdoms of the world, which are upon the face of the earth. And the king of Sheshash shall drink after them.
So this is world war. This is a world war here. It's speaking about the sword. It's speaking about the sword. This is, let me go further. Yeah. And they shall drink and be moved and be mad because of the sword that I will send among them. That's war. This is a red horse in the end time. This is what's happening on this earth today. You see the war between Ukraine and Russia that is going on so long, and now it kick up with United States, etc. It says in the end time, wars, rumors of wars, etc. Continue.
Therefore thou shalt say unto them, Thus saith I am who I am of hosts, the Adonai of Yasharal. Drink ye
And be drunken,
all,
and rise no more.
because of the sword which I will send among you.
The reason they're not going to rise anymore, because his people now have to rise. So the nations, their time is done. They shall be the tail and not the head. This is the beginning of the process. Verse 28.
And it shall be, if they refuse to take the cup of thine hand to drink, then shalt thou say unto them, Thus saith I am, who I am of hosts, ye shall certainly drink. For lo, I begin to bring evil on the city, which is called by my name. And should ye be utterly unpunished?
You see it? You see it? The Most High has been punishing us and been having this. And should you go utterly unpunished? Should you just come and say you believe in Yahusha and everything, and then you just go unpunished? And then you're not only that, you come into the land with us and you're no equal with us. That's not the I am who I am that I know. Read 29 again, please.
For lo, I begin to bring evil on the city which is called by my name. And should ye be utterly unpunished?
Ye shall not be unpunished.
For I will call for a sword upon
all the inhabitants of the earth. World war. Said, I am who I am of hosts. World war. Verse 30.
Therefore prophesy thou against them all these words, and say unto them, I am shall roar from on high, and utter his voice from his holy habitation. He shall mightily roar upon his habitation. He shall give a shout as they that thread the grapes against
All the
the
inhabitants of the earth,
A noise shall come
even to the ends of the earth,
For I am hath a controversy
with the nations,
He will plead with
all flesh,
He will give them that are
wicked to the sword.
saith I am.
Matching up with this book of 2nd Baruch 72. Continue.
Thus saith I am of hosts. Behold, evil shall go forth
From nation to nation.
and a great whirlwind shall be raised up from the coast of the earth.
This is World War III is talking about here. It's a tree, Jamaican. World War III that he's talking about. Verse 33.
And the slain and the slain of I am shall be at that day
From one end of the earth,
even unto the other end of the earth.
they shall not be lamented, neither gathered nor buried.
They shall be dung upon the ground.
Mm-hmm.
Howl, ye shepherds, and cry, and wallow yourselves in the ashes, ye principal of the flock. For the days of your slaughter and of your dispersions are accomplished, and ye shall fall like a pleasant vessel.
Mm-hmm.
And the shepherds shall have no way to flee, nor the principal of the flock to escape.
These are the people now who have misled the people to religion. Continue.
A voice of the cry of the shepherds, and an howling of the principal of the flock shall be heard, for I am hath spoiled their pasture, and the peaceable habitations are cut down, because of the fierce anger of I am. He hath forsaken his covert as the lion, for their land is desolate because of the fierceness of the oppressor,
And because of his fierce anger. All right? Now, the word tells us of several burdens in the Bible, and the burdens are like the end time executions that are going to come on the nation. Several of them. It tells us about the burden of Babylon. It tells us about the burden of Moab, the burden of Damascus, the burden of Egypt, the burden of the desert of the sea, the burden of Duma, the burden of Arabia, the burden of Tyre or Tyre. But the burden of Babylon is a judgment that covers the whole world. More reading again, Isaiah 13, 1 to 22. The burden of Babylon, the burden that covers the whole world. What did I say? Isaiah 13. Go ahead.
The burden of Babylon, which Isaiah the son of Amoz did see. Lift ye up a banner upon the high mountain, exalt the voice unto them, shake the hand, that they may go into the gates of the nobles. I have commanded my sanctified ones, I have also called my mighty ones for mine anger, even them that rejoice in my highness. The noise of a multitude in the mountains, like as of a great people, a tumultuous noise of the kingdoms of the nations gathered together. I am of hosts mustereth the host of the battle. They come from a far country, from the end of heaven, even I am, and the weapons of his indignation, to destroy the whole land. Howl ye, for the day of I am is at hand. It shall come as a destruction from the Almighty. Therefore shall all hands be faint, and every man's heart shall melt. And they shall be afraid, Pangs and sorrow shall take hold of them. They shall be in pain as a woman that travaileth. They shall be amazed one at another. Their faces shall be as flames. Behold, the day of I am cometh, cruel both with wrath and fierce anger, to lay the land desolate, and he shall destroy the sinners thereof out of it. For the stars of heaven and the constellations thereof shall not give their light. The sun shall be darkened in his going forth, and the moon shall not cause her light to shine.
Verse 11.
But I will punish the world for their evil, and the wicked for their iniquity. And I will cause the arrogancy of the proud to cease, and I will lay low the haughtiness of the terrible.
I will punish the world. So with the punishment of Babylon is the punishment of the world, because Babylon's system, it pervades throughout the entire world. Okay? But there is a city of Babylon is going to be destroyed. So it has to do with pride, the arrogancy of the proud to cease. And there is no prouder leader in this world I have seen than the leader of the king of Babylon, who is at this moment Donald Trump. No prouder leader. When you hear him speaking, man, I have to shake my head and say, what a proud man. This man acts as if he is a God. He acts as if he is invincible and he does whatever he wants to do. The arrogancy of the proud will cease. Verse 12.
I will make a man more precious than fine gold, even a man than the gold wedge of Ophir. Therefore I will shake the heavens, and the earth shall remove out of her place in the wrath of I am of hosts, and in the day of his fierce anger. And it shall be as the chased roe, and as a sheep that no man taketh up. They shall every man turn to his own people, and flee every one into his own land.
There are many people now today who are getting dreams about foreign troops invading America. I was listening to one today, and these are people who they don't even put out content. I saw one today from a woman. You can definitely see that she's an amateur. She said she doesn't put out her dreams, but she thinks that this one needs to go out. And she said this is the second dream she's putting out. And she got the dream about foreign troops coming to America. And it says everyone that is found is just true. They said, she said she saw them having on things with the flag of Russia, and some of them having the flag of China on them. And that they were telling them to get back in their houses. And the people were saying, no, we are going to defend, we are going to defend. And they said, if you defend, you're going to die. And he said, while the people are there talking and determined that they are going to defend, she heard gunshots, and then everybody was killing started happening. And I have heard this before. People have dreams like this before, of people hearing about America. The United States might just be feeling what they have done to the other nations, which I believe that's going to happen. Them being the headquarters of Babylon. And it says, shall every man turn to his own people and flee everyone to his own land? That means Babylon in the end is going to have people from many different nations, as we know is the case with the United States. Go to verse 15.
Everyone that is found shall be thrust through, and everyone that is joined unto them shall fall by the sword.
Everyone that is joined unto them shall fall by the sword. Verse 16.
Their children also shall be dashed to pieces before their eyes. Their houses shall be spoiled, and their wives ravished.
And this, by the way, about children being dashed to pieces, it is speaking about Edom and Babylon. If we go to Psalms 137, we just confirm that it's talking about Edom and Babylon. Babylon, Edom, United States, the chief of them. Psalms, what did it say?
137.
Psalms 137, yeah. By the rivers of Babylon. Verse 7.
Remember, O I am, the children of Edom in the day of Jerusalem, who said, raise it, even to the foundation thereof. O daughter of Babylon, who art to be destroyed, happy shall be he that rewardeth thee as thou hast served us. Happy shall he be that
Take it and dash it,
dasheth
thy little ones against the stone.
against the stones.
So this is it, grouping Edom and Babylon and the dashing of stones together. So when we go back to Isaiah 13, we know that it's talking about Babylon. We know it's talking about Edom. Their children also shall be dashed to pieces before their eyes. Their houses shall be spoiled and their wives ravished. Verse 17.
Babylon will fall to the
No,
Medes.
verse 17.
But, oh,
Behold,
yes. Behold, I will stir up the Medes against them, which shall not regard silver, and as for gold, they shall not delight in it. Their bows also shall dash the young men to pieces, and they shall have no pity on the fruit of the womb. Their eyes shall not spare children.
so what they told us that the Medes are the Iranians and the Elamites are the Iranians. That's what they told us. So if that is so, then this war, Babylon and Iran, should not go. And then you can, this is, we live in a funny world. We live in a world of deception, yes? Because they're hiding the land, they have told the lies on many of the lands. You don't know which land to believe is which. But if we go by what they say, then the Iranians are the Medes. All right? Verse 19.
And Babylon, the splendor of kingdoms, the beauty of the Chaldees' excellency, shall be as when I am overthrew Sodom and Gomorrah. It shall never be inhabited, neither shall it be dwelt in from generation to generation. Neither shall the Arabian pitch tent there, neither shall the shepherds make their fold there.
And you can relate this to Isaiah 21, that has something to do, and it's very interesting. It has to do with Edom, it has to do with Arabia, it has to do, it kind of points you to that war that is taking place. But, verse 21,
But wild beasts of the desert shall lie there, and their houses shall be full of doleful creatures. And owls shall dwell there, and satyrs shall dance there. And the wild beasts of the islands shall cry in their desolate houses, and dragons in their pleasant palaces. And their
continue.
and her time is near to come, and her days shall not be prolonged.
All right, so here's that one. That's
Oh,
so we have one more to do, but by the time she gets here. Okay. So, punishment for the nations in the end. Now remember, don't leave. We say we have a dream that confirms what we are saying about the nations. Okay? So, Revelation 19, 16 to 21, punishment for the nations in the end. Revelation 19, 6 to 21.
and I heard.
Revelation 19, 6 to 21.
And I heard as it were the voice of a great multitude, and as the voice of many waters, and as the voice of mighty thunderings, saying, Alleluia, for I am who I am, omnipotent, reigneth. Let us be glad and rejoice, and give honor to him, for the marriage of the Lamb is come, and his wife hath made herself ready.
You see, everything comes into one, yeah? The marriage of the Lamb is come, and his wife hath made herself ready. We have done teachings on the bride on both this channel here and on our prophecy channel. And if you are watching this, you will want to check out Jah Prophecy, our prophecy channel. It is so aligned with our teachings. You have the teachings and the prophecies, because how our family operates. The teachings that we get are not just based on abstract things. It is based on our experience living together throughout the week. And the core of it is prophecies that come in from the Most High to us, prophecies that are to go out to people. So you want to check out Jah Prophecy, our other channel. Read verse 8.
And to her was granted that she should be arrayed in fine linen, clean and white, for the fine linen is the righteousness of saints.
All right, so let me just hold this here because we want to go into the dream. I want to share the dream with you so you can see that what we're speaking about is what we received. All right, so we're going to ask our sister to come and speak the dream. So can you hold, please? You have to watch. Yes. Yes. So, yeah, pull it down a little. Yes. All right. So, Sister Hadassah is here, and she is going to give us the dream on which this teaching today is based. All right. Go ahead, Sister. Let me get this. Oops.
This one.
Yeah. Yeah. Go ahead.
Shabbat Shalom, everyone. And this is the dream.
It sounds low. All right. Here's what you hold it.
Shabbat Shalom, everyone. This is a dream I received on the 5th of March at 2026 at 1:20 a.m. I was sitting with this man at the restaurant. He said to me, okay, we sat there and, as usual, we'll order things. As we were waiting for our food, he said to me, do you know my people? I said excitedly, you mean your tribe? And then he said, my tribes. Then I knew immediately who he was. He went on to, okay, he played like a screen, and I saw on that screen, he showed me like a group, a group of, let's say about 600,000.
Okay, go again.
600,000 black people. So in the spirit, I knew they were like less than 1 million. Okay, and after showing me this, somehow his face became sorrowful, and myself, I began to sob. He said, "Don't cry, but listen carefully, Nontlantla." That's my other name. And there is no time. So he repeated that, like Stanley, that there is no time. He said to me, these people, meaning his people, they carry his DNA. They carry spiritual resilience. And white people use by an enemy, meaning the devil. They broke them through lies. They broke his people through lies, slavery, and then he showed me like a mini movie of ships, coming from countries to countries, transporting people, slavery thing, and they deceive people through missionaries, missionary churches, vanity. There he was like kind of angry-ish that through vanity, the devil made a point that black people are not happy of who they are and the way they look. So they use bleaches, they use wigs, they do everything to be like them. So it's like we want to be like white people, and we fight against each other. In all the races under the sun, black people are the most who are fighting. That's what he said. Telling them that even I am approved of them to be on top of us, of black people. They even use Torah to support their lies.
That's the white people.
Yes,
And he said, in the dream, he said white people.
yes, white people.
He didn't say Edomite anything, he said white
He just
people.
said white people all the way.
Mm.
White people do not even show mercy to my people. I'm quoting him now. White people do not show. They didn't even show mercy to my people when they took their lands and their properties.
Mm.
They were not touched when my people cry or for mercy. When they blame, white people blame black people for things which they didn't even do, they still oppress them. I wonder if you understand that point.
Mhm.
And then they have tried to break their faith through teaching wrong and incorrect doctrines.
Mhm.
But still, my people held on steadfastly. Some of them were killed for his sake by white people.
Mhm.
Okay, they have.
Hold on.
Okay.
So people, you want to get to gauge all of this. Black people, his people are black people. And the enemy is white people. Now, the common thing that people are saying today, it's not about race. It's not about who you are. Neither Jew nor Gentiles. We're all of one blood. It's about a nation that actually looks black and another nation that actually looks white. And he gave the complexion to make it the polarity to identify his people. Not all black people are Israelites. Not all white people are the same nation. But they just appear white and they just appear black. Black people are my people. Don't get it twisted. We are not racist or anything, but we just happen to be dark-skinned people. It's just that. Go ahead, please.
Okay, he went on to say they have changed some of my people's DNA through raping them. Because they want to be like black people and just to spoil. These are the works of the devil. Just to spoil the DNA and the usage of pharmaceuticals on them. So you'll understand the
The usage of pharmaceuticals to change the DNA. So that is why we tell you about the DNA. This is why did we put out that thing about the mingled seed?
Not yet.
Not yet. About mingling of seed and mixing seed. I think we have a video on the Jar Prophecy channel that is due to come out on that. All right? That is a strong thrust of Satan through the tabernacles of Edom. Go ahead, sister.
Okay. And I must emphasize when he was pointing out the raping, he was kind of angry. Raping and pharmaceutical. I've got that one on bracket here. That he was kind of very upset about it.
All right. Put the mic, yeah.
Okay. And then he went on, he said to me, I want to send you to my people to talk to them, to tell them these are the things. And actually, I wanted to say something and he stopped me because he wanted to carry on. He knew what I was about to say. And then he said, go to my people and tell them to repent. Truly repent, true repentance. And they must understand what is repentance. And they must forgive their enemies and don't look back. And recognize, okay, this is important, recognize the blood. So it is very, very important to recognize his blood because we can only be reconciled back to our Father through the blood. Okay, also prayer and fast. That is not an option. It's supposed to be our lifestyle. Okay, so we come to this one. He said tribes. And then he looked at me. And then he said, everybody, it is important to know your tribes. I know I've been coming with this message for a couple of times, so he repeated again. Tribes are very, very important in the kingdom because we are placed according to our tribes. And he said, tribes will be gathered soon. So if you don't know your tribe, how are you going to be part of the whole coming gathering? Always put your, he said, oh, we must always put our armor. It is about to be bad on earth. Very soon, things are going to change, as we all know. And then he said, also we must focus on our faith and we must hold on tight. And he said, I must tell everybody to unite. He hates division. I died for one body, one mind, one soul, not division. So he wants us to have that in our minds. One mind, one body, one soul. Okay, now it was my turn to say something. I said what I always say, but they won't listen to me. They hate me, some of them. He said, they have hated me till the end. He said, go now before it's late. I'm always with you, you know that. And I said, yes. Then he said, don't get despondent. Just go and be bold. And then he said to me, let me order you an Uber. Okay, then I woke up right there.
Oh boy. Oh boy. All right, family. Thank you very much, my sister. You heard. Yeah, Mike. Mikhail, you're just getting it. Yeah, let me order you an Uber. So that is the seriousness of it, people. It's a nation of people. It's about a family. He said, my 12 tribes. My people. My people. And he referred to the enemy as white people. And of course, it's just what it is, and it is what it is. All right? All right, so thank you. Yes. Thank you very much, my sister. Please take heed to this, that they messed up our people, and Hamashiach is angry. The same Hamashiach that most of them are there quarreling with us about. So many Gentiles quarrel with us about Hamashiach, and they don't know Hamashiach. The true Hamashiach, the true Hebrew that cares about his people. All right? All praises to the Most High. Where were we again? We said Revelation 6, Revelation 19, 19 verse 10. Verse 9. I don't know. Where were you?
8.
Go ahead.
And unto her was granted that she should be arrayed in fine linen, clean and white. For the fine linen is the righteousness of saints. And he saith unto me, Write, Barak are they which are called unto the marriage supper of the Lamb. And he said unto me, These are the true sayings of I am. And I fell at his feet to worship him. And he said unto me, See thou do it not. I am thy fellow servant, and of thy brethren that have the testimony of Yahusha. Worship I am, for the testimony of Yahusha is the spirit of prophecy.
So this angel is a fellow servant and of thy brethren. He's an Israelite, which is what we've been telling people about us, our nation, being angelic beings. All right? In verse 11 now.
And I saw heaven opened, and behold a white horse, and he that sat upon him was called
Faithful.
and true, and in righteousness he doth judge and make war. His eyes were as flames of fire, and on his head were many crowns, and he had a name written that no man knew but he himself. And he was clothed with a vesture dripped in blood, and his name is called the Word of I Am. And the armies which were in heaven followed him upon white horses, clothed in fine linen, white and clean. And out of his mouth goeth a sharp sword, that with it
He should smite the nations,
and he shall rule them with a
rod of iron.
and he threadeth the winepress of the fierceness and wrath of Almighty I Am.
All right, we can stop there, I think. Yeah, go to 17.
And I saw an angel standing in the sun, and he cried with a loud voice, saying to all the fowls that fly in the midst of heaven, Come and gather yourselves together unto the supper of the great I Am, that ye may eat the flesh of kings, and the flesh of captains, and the flesh of mighty men, and the flesh of horses, and of them that sit on them, and the flesh of all men, both free and bond, both small and great.
All right, this is the destruction on the nation, the judgment on the nations. All right, continue.
And I saw the beast, and the kings of the earth and their armies, gathered together to make war against him that sat on the horse and against his army. And the beast was taken, and with him the false prophet that wrought miracles before him, with which he deceived them that had received the mark of the beast, and them that worshipped his image. These both were cast alive into a lake of fire burning with brimstone. And the remnant was slain with the sword of him that sat upon the horse, which sword proceeded out of his mouth, and all the fowls were filled with their flesh.
These both were cast alive into the lake of fire burning with brimstone, and it's speaking about the time of the mark of the beast, which is around the time that we are in. Okay, people? That's the time that we are in. And we finish it with Matthew 25, something that we know so well. Destruction of the nations, judgment on the nations. That's what we are looking at today. Crowned with the dream coming from Hamashiach. Matthew 25:31. We're just going to look at, go ahead.
When the Son of Man shall come in his splendor, and all his holy angels with him, then shall he sit upon the throne of his splendor. And before him shall be gathered all nations, and he shall separate them one from another, as a shepherd divideth his sheep from the goats. And he shall set the sheep on the right hand, but the goats on the left. Then shall the king say unto them on the right hand, Come, ye beloved of my Father, inherit the kingdom prepared for you from the foundation of the world. For I was an hungered, and ye gave me meat. I was thirsty, and ye gave me drink. I was a stranger, and you took me in. Naked, and ye clothed me. I was sick, and ye visited me. I was in prison, and ye came unto me. Then shall the righteous answer him, saying, Adonai, when saw we thee an hungered, and fed thee, or thirsty, and gave thee drink? When saw we thee a stranger, and took thee in, or naked, and clothed thee? Or when saw we thee sick, or in prison, and came unto thee? And the king shall answer and say unto them, Verily I say unto you,
inasmuch as you have done it unto one of the least of these my brethren.
ye have done it unto me.
That's all we want out of it. As much as you have done it unto one of the least of these my brethren, Israelites. Remember when he came and he spoke with Hadassah, he told them about the things that they have done to his people. You have to be nice to us because your people have not been nice to us. And if you continue the trend of not being nice to us, thinking, oh, I am grafted in, I'm this and that, I don't need you, I have Christ, I have this. If you continue thinking that, you are going to get the shock of your life. Because a Mashiach, he sees everything. And his judgment is there with him. Look at his judgment. It is based on how you dealt with his people. I was hungry and you gave me meat. Thirsty and you gave me drink. A stranger and you took me in. Naked and you clothed me. Sick and you visited me. In prison and you came unto me. And he said, truly I say unto you, inasmuch as you have done it unto one of the least of these my brethren, the least Israelite, you have done it unto me. People, wake up. Because look at the end for those who failed this test. Verse 45. Read it, please.
Then shall he answer them, saying, Verily I say unto you, inasmuch as ye did it not to one of these, one of the least of these, ye did it not
to me. And these shall go away into everlasting punishment, but the righteous into life eternal. So if you don't do it, everlasting punishment for you. We can only tell you, we can only speak, we cannot force you to do what you do not want to do. We are warning you. It is the time. It is the time. And you better be good to his people. Better be good to his people, or else his wrath is waiting on you. That is what we have for today. Let me see if I don't think there will be any questions. This is kind of a straightforward teaching. Yeah, go ahead. Oh, yeah, you have something?
Yes. Can we just read the part, the Moabites parts?
Yes. Yeah, so we want to see how the Most High deals with the nations. I want to get one where you can be shown. I don't see any at all. You can understand me. It's just not showing up. All right. So we want to read. Let me see if I can get. What's it? God this year?
You got this here.
Let me see if I can get it on the screen.
Okay. Page 13.
God this year. Yeah. Page 13. I'm trying to get this. Let me get it on the screen, please. Yep. I know you're here on this one. I don't know what's happening. I don't know at all. Bop, bop. Okay. We're gonna begin.
When the feast.
Yeah, go ahead.
When the feast of Passover came, on the 15th of the first month, a Moabite shepherd came to David and talked with him, saying, My master the king, You have known that I, your servant, have been loyal to Yasharal from my youth. And now take me away from dwelling among uncircumcised people.
Oh, wait. You notice what he says? He has been loyal to Yasharal. So he has been serving the nation. This is the outlook that the nations have to have. This is the book of Matthew, serving the nation. I was hungry and you gave me meat, sick and you visited me. Yeah, go ahead.
Uncircumcised people, and circumcise the flesh of my foreskin, to take away my reproach, so that I can sit among your people. And David said, I am does not want your people. And he commanded, an Ammonite or a Moabite shall not enter into the assembly of I am forever.
Forever.
We cannot seek your peace nor your prosperity, but how can I help you today?
That sounds so contradictory. We cannot seek your peace nor your prosperity. But how can I help you today? Oh boy.
So, can I just
Go,
say
go.
something here?
Yes.
So, very, very important. Sorry, but first of all, just earlier on, because I had said that the Most High said that he hates the Moabites, of which, no, he said that the Most High says, I do not want your people. So, just correction for that one, but it's the context that the Most High is, when going back into the land, the Most High is an I am of separation. So there is a division that is going to happen. As you're seeing, the Moabite wants to become an Israelite, but David says that no, the Most High does not want your people. So I just wanted to just say that there is a false Jesus that is going around, that people are seeing in dreams, that is telling them that we are all one and all equal, and one for all and all for one. Because that Jesus that is that other people are preaching, we are not getting. We're actually getting the opposite of him. So it's a very, very, very a very it's a very, very tough thing, because a lot of people are getting different messages, and they're believing that this is it, because we all need to be one. It's one church, one body, and everything. It doesn't matter whether you're black, white, everything. And it's a complete different message than what we're getting, because the Yahusha who comes to us is very, very, he's a separatist. He follows his father. He does not want mingling. He wants separation, and he wants us to be separate from the world, separate from everything. And just to
And he's very stern.
and he's very stern.
And fixed and firm in what he is saying.
Yes, very, very, very stern, and he doesn't play, as Aldo would say. Like, he really, really doesn't play. And just to kind of bring a second backing to the dream that my mom just shared, I will also share a very short one, which will also be on the Prophecy channel in the video that we will release. But because it ties so well with all of this, a dream where I was speaking to a black man again, and we were speaking about something to do with separation from the Gentiles, and how separation from the Gentiles is essential at this point in time. I knew it was something to do with the end times. And afterwards, I don't remember what we were speaking about word for word, but this was the entire crux of the conversation. And at the ending of the conversation, he said to me, if you do this, I will give you the Gentiles. And then I woke up.
If you do this, I will give you the Gentiles. If you are obedient to me and separate from the Gentiles. And again, it's no disrespect to our Gentile friends or Gentile family. It's just obedience. We just have to obey. It's just what it is. We don't have anything against you or any, what should I say, bitterness, anger, nah. We don't. We are just awaiting Zion. That's what we are. And we are getting instructions as to what to do and what to tell people. We have to obey, and we are obeying. And I'm not apologizing. I'm just telling you as it is. If you want to, whatever you want to take, you take. But I just have to tell you the truth, which either way. Okay? All right. Anything else? All right. All right. Um, all right, Joshua Riggs, we hear you. I'm asking for forgiveness for the trespasses against his people in public, for the sins of my forefathers against his people in public. All praises to the Most High.
All praises.
Okay, all praises. Somebody says their bros shall dash the young men to pieces. Man, Prophet Isaiah was speaking about a missile strike, okay? This brings back memories of the teaching you did when you're talking about fanners. Yes, I remember that one. Yeah. All right, somebody asked, what is the process of knowing your tribe? Hamashiach said, whatever you ask the Father in my name, I will do it. And whatever you ask in my name, I will hear it, I will do it. So we have to just seek out the Most High. And it is not a seek one day and it doesn't happen and then you give up and forget. It's a diligently seeking Him because He is a rewarder to them that diligently seek Him. It's diligently seeking non-stop, persistently, like that woman with the judge. When the woman kept praying persistently, and the judge says, though I fear not, neither I am nor man. I better give this woman what she wants, lest she wearies me with her requests. So we have to weary Hamashiach with with our requests, and I do believe He will grant it to us. All right? Okay. All praises to the Most High. And thanks to Michael for keeping you informed, giving you the links that are necessary. We have redesigned our website with an emphasis on the everlasting gospel. Check it out for those who don't know. JustAWord.org. Just a Word is designed now, it is designed now so that you can just go there and you can get an understanding of everything. You can just can be the only place you go on the internet and find. I'm not saying it is the only place, but he says it can be the only place that you go on the internet and find everything that you need to know unto salvation. All right? JustAWord.org. Very important that you check it out. If you want Bible studies, you can stay there and have a basis of Bible studies for the rest of your life. Trust me on that. Because the Most High has given us things over the years and we put them there, add them there, and now we have them all structured so you can move from one to the other. It is a beauty for those who are seeking the way of truth. Okay? All right. Up. All right. Okay, all praises to the Most High. And thank you all. Let me get myself here. Thank you all for being here with us. All praises to the Most High. And shalom, 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 shalom. Shalom, shalom, shalom to McNair. Teach the children, 0367. Zion shall return with singing. Shalom to you all. Donald the man, shalom to you. Y. McMakina, shalom, shalom. SCP 5757. Shalom. David Bodajlo. DM Bodajlo, shalom to you. Shalom Mavis. Shalom Gio Clemens. Shalom to you. Shalom Ratcliffe Butler. Shalom Laronia. Shalom, shalom. Wayne Menzi. Shalom, shalom. Shalom Sister Isis. Shalom Sion. Quadruple 1, 2. Shalom, shalom. Colin Tyrone. Shalom, shalom. Shalom Aldith Atkinson. Shalom, shalom. Mayimya 7. Shalom. Serena Nolan. Shalom, shalom. Brian Bino. Shalom, shalom. Haven't seen you in some time. Shalom. Pure Tricks. TRXYZ. Shalom to you. Herbert Modesto. And the list goes on and on. Shalom, friend of the bridegroom who's saying that she's coming for the first time. Shalom to you all. Shalom, Yolanda. All praises to the Most High. And shalom, shalom, shalom. All praises to